Basic troubleshooting. Legal notice. The following video is intended for informational purposes only, and every effort has been taken to ensure that the information is accurate. All work should be performed by licensed and qualified professionals. Huawei does not accept any responsibility or liability for any action taken as a result of watching this video. Viewers must be qualified and understand safety-related work practices when working with electrical equipment. Hey everyone, my name is Austin Tabor. I'm here today to teach you guys how to troubleshoot your Sun 2000 inverters. So if you have a fault code or your inverter is not turning on, things of that nature, I'm going to teach you what you can do before you send us fault data, or before you try and RMA the inverter. Just things you can do, simple things to figure out what's wrong with your device. So first off, your inverter runs purely off of DC power. So it can accept AC power, and it can power up some of its functionality with the AC power, but primarily it runs off of DC power. So the most important thing you can do is to make sure that you have DC power to the inverter in order for it to turn on and power it up and be able to check voltages inside the machine and everything like that. So let's say you have a fault code on your inverter. You don't know what's wrong with it. Your red light on the inverter, the status light on your LED is saying I have an issue and the inverter's not running. So the first thing you can do is you go get to your manual, and you can get this from the either the web page or from your product manager or your account manager, or from me. But you want to go ahead and open up your manual. And if you take a look at the manual here, they all look about the same. This manual in particular is for the Sun 2000 33 KTL 36 and 40. These are all basically the same model of inverter. They just have different output power. So let's go ahead and scroll through all this stuff. If you look at the table of contents, yes, you have all these great things, but the big part is your troubleshooting. So page 98. So the first thing you're going to see here is your alarm. So your alarm ID is 103, for example. That's saying you have high DC input voltage. The alarm severity is major. So there's three different types of alarms. You can have a major alarm, a minor alarm, and a warning. So the main difference is major shuts your inverter down for sure. Minor, it may or may not shut off your inverter depending on what how it affects it. And then warning means it could just be derating, overheating, that kind of thing. Not the same as a major alarm or a minor alarm. So once you have that figured out, then you get a reason ID. So you'll see this says cause ID. You may see this used interchangeably. Sometimes it says reason ID, sometimes it says cause ID. This says 1, so that's saying that your PV input on strings 1 and 2 are excessively high. Cause ID 2, strings are excessively high on 3 and 4. And it just keeps going because these have 4 MPPTs, so you have 8 strings total. So each cause ID or reason ID, that indicates which MPPT input it's actually affecting. But that's not the same for all different alarms. So you can see if we keep going through all these, the big one I want to find is 301. So 301 has to do with the AC voltage. This is basically saying abnormal grid voltage. When you first turn on any inverter, when you first get DC power, if there's no AC power present, it considers that an alarm. So when you first turn inverter on, it's going to say, I have alarm 301. My reason ID is usually 29. So reason ID 29 down here, the power grid experiences an outage. It's just saying I have no AC power. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. If you look over here, you actually have troubleshooting tips for each one of these. I like to use cause ID 29 because it's really, really common. People call that sometimes, and it's like, so you just don't have any AC power. You can see here it just says, oh, it doesn't actually, oh, here we go. Cause ID 29, check the AC voltage. So it tells you what's wrong with it, how you can fix it, what the inverter is seeing. And that's the same with all of these. So the really thing you can do when you first have a problem with your inverter, you can either log in with your app, or you can log into your Sun 2000 smart logger, and you can just pull up the alarm status. It'll tell you, right where your alarms are. You can pull that up, look and see what the alarm is, and then look and see what the reason ID is. Open up the manual, find them. It can be as quick a fix as just checking if your AC breaker is terminated properly. It really is that simple. And then if you run into a fault where you can't solve it on your own, the AC breaker's turned on, but you don't have grid voltage there. There's no AC power. You can go ahead and give us a call. Send us your fault log. If you want to be preemptive, you can download that fault log like I showed you in a different video. Once you have that fault log, you can just send that off to us. We'll be able to troubleshoot it further and give you further steps to resolve your issue. or if it's not resolvable, we'll send you an RMA. Anyways, if you have any questions, let me know. And it really does help to read your manuals and see what's in there. There's a lot of very good information in here that you can pick through that'll really help you out, especially during your installation process. A good installation makes for trouble-free commissioning, and typically it extends the life of your plant. You won't have issues like this, so you get more out of your inverters. Alrighty, take care. Have a good day. Thank you. Bye.